Hi everybody, I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Monday, June 30th. On today's show, Ann Wharton gives us a real review of tonight's Hitchcock classic, Shadow of a Doubt. And we say goodbye to me. That's right, folks. It's my final day at Shell Point, so if you stay with us through the happenings and church news, we'll have some parting gifts as we look back at my career here at Shell Point. But first, the business of the day. It's the final day of the month, which means your new issue of Shell Point Life magazine will be hitting your mailboxes this afternoon. Peruse through the events and activities, and be ready to sign up for your favorites starting tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. at either service desk. Now, one event you definitely want to sign up for comes from history professor Adrian Kerr. Tomorrow, he's beginning an epic 5-week class about the history of China, from the very beginnings of prehistory right up to the present-day rise of this superpower. You won't want to miss one session of Adrian Kerr's class on the history of China, which begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room at the Woodlands. Now, tonight being the last day of the month also means that it's movie night, and a great night for fans of Alfred Hitchcock. The feature presentation is the 1943 classic Shadow of a Doubt, playing tonight at 6:45 p.m. in the Social Center on the island. Here with a review is Ann Wharton.
Hello again. I'm Ann Wharton, and welcome to Real Review. For Monday's movie, we'll be showing the 1943 American thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Shadow of a Doubt. The story is about a small-town American family. The main character is played by a young Teresa Wright. Her character's name is Charlie Newton. She is a bored teenager living in the idyllic town of Santa Rosa, California. Charlie receives wonderful news that her namesake, Uncle Charlie Oakley, is arriving for a visit. Uncle Charlie is played by Joseph Cotten. Teresa Wright is aglow with maiden spirit and emotional distress. The mother of the family is played by Patricia Collins, and she gives an amazingly flexible and depth to her role of the patient, hard-working, sentimental mother of the family. Henry Travers is amusing as the father. Edna Mae Wanacott plays the precocious younger sister, and Hume Cronin makes a comic masterpiece out of his character, who is the father's best friend. MacDonald Carey plays the detective, Jack Graham. As the story progresses, Joseph Cotten's character, Uncle Charlie, takes on a less charming demeanor, often interjecting a harsh and bitter quality, which nicely becomes villainy. Alfred Hitchcock thought that Teresa Wright was one of the most intelligent actors that he had ever worked with, and he was charmed with her vivacity and youthful idealism. These characteristics are uncommon in most of Alfred Hitchcock's heroines. Of all the movies that Alfred Hitchcock ever made, Shadow of a Doubt was his personal favorite. The flavor of the small town has been beautifully impressed in this film by filming most of the scenes in Santa Rosa, California. I would like to point out that Alfred Hitchcock's traditional cameo appearance in the movie Shadow of a Doubt appears 15 minutes into the film. Mr. Hitchcock is seen riding on a train to Santa Rosa. He's playing bridge with a man and a woman. Uncle Charlie is traveling on the same train under an assumed name, and Uncle Charlie is pretending to be ill in order to avoid meeting his fellow passengers. The camera suddenly shows Mr. Hitchcock's bridge hand. Why, it's a full unit of spades. Alfred Hitchcock builds his stories around mostly innocent but resourceful protagonists who become entangled in desperate situations and must use their wit to solve the mysteries. Shadow of a Doubt was scored by Dmitri Tiomkin, and it was his first collaboration with Alfred Hitchcock. Shadow of a Doubt will be shown only on Monday, June 30th at 6:45 p.m. in the Social Center on the island. Be sure to get your soda and popcorn and enjoy the master of suspense. See you all at the movies.
This week is all about our country's independence, with July 4th being celebrated this Friday. Shell Point's offices will be closed that day, but we are still planning a big party, and you're invited. It all starts at the Crystal Room, where an all-American buffet will be set out for you. Enjoy corn on the cob, barbecue, burgers and dogs, and fantastic desserts, as well as live music from Daniel Klamoski. The Crystal Room 4th of July celebration is just $16.95, all you can eat, and it happens on Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then join us for the 4th of July Jamboree at the Woodlands. We'll have a whole midway of carnival games, great snacks and ice cream, and musical entertainment from a Dixieland Band and our own Dan Philgreen. The best part? There's no cost and no tickets required. So come enjoy our 4th of July Jamboree at the Woodlands Commons this Friday from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Now, let's cover all of Monday's happenings and church news. Then afterwards, it's time to say goodbye to yours truly. So come back for a special tribute.
Hello. I'm here to invite you to join me in recognizing Independence Day on Listening to the Words. We begin with a look into the fascinating history of arguably our most inspiring national document, the Declaration of Independence. You'll hear a reenactment of the final wording disagreement between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Shell Point resident Ann Wharton joins me in a reading of revealing letters between Abigail and John Adams. You'll find out what our revolutionary ancestors ate to celebrate independence. Finally, you'll be treated to Thomas Wolfe's dramatic description of our America the Beautiful. This is your reader-host, David Howenstein, reminding you that this Independence Day program is on Shell Point Channel 12 at its regular times all 7 days this week. Those without access to Channel 12 can always listen to Program 159 anytime at www.shellpoint.net/listening. As always, thank you for listening to the words.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Happenings segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley. I'm here with Leslie Brand, and we're going to go over the activities that we're offering for you here today. We're going to start out at 9 o'clock with the round robin doubles tennis being played at the Woodlands tennis courts. Then we have a 9:15 billiards going on in the Resident Activities Center. We also have 9:15 pottery with instruction available in the pottery studio. 9:15 is also the time for virtual bowling. That's in the Resident Activities Center. At 10:30, we have the Disciple Men's Bible Study Group in the game room of the Woodlands. And we'll jump to 10:45 for Table Tennis Clinic. That's going on in the Tarpon Room today. At 11:30, we have a Health Connections class, specifics in cardio conditioning. That meets in the Health Club and is currently full. That's it for the morning. Here's Leslie for your afternoon lineup.
Thank you, Bev. At 12 o'clock, we have Mahjong in the Stable Room of the Woodlands. 1:15, Samba, the card game, in the Resident Activity Center. Also at 1:15 is Table Tennis in the Tarpon Room. Tone Chimes will meet at 1:15 in the Osprey Room. 1:45, Health Connections, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1 will be in the Health Club, and that class is currently full. 2 o'clock, the Beady-Eyed Bead Club will meet in the Oak Room of the Woodlands. 3 o'clock, Health Connections, Pilates Stretch will be in the Health Club on the island. 3:30, Health Connections, Aqua Agility and Conditioning. This will be in the LifeQuest Aquatic Center on the island. 6:30, Duplicate Bridge in the game room. And we're going to end Monday at 6:45 with movie night. It's Shadow of a Doubt from 1943. This will be in the Social Center of the island. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with us today, and we hope you have a great day.
Hi, I'm Terry Koleth with your Academy information for Monday. At 10:30, Appreciating Words continues in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and everyone is welcome. Tomorrow we have a new class, The Story of China. with Professor Adrian Kerr. This is session 1 of a 5-session series.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is braised pork with cheese, mashed Yukon Golds, and carrots. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $9.95, and the soup of the day is Senate Bean. In the Island Cafe for lunch on Monday, the special is a barbecue pork sandwich with coleslaw for $7.25. The dinner special is char-grilled pork loin with potato cakes and mixed vegetables for $8.25, and the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
It's a privilege to welcome you today to Village Church Connections. I'm here with Eleanor Peace. Eleanor heads up our women's ministries, and we're working together on something that we're very excited about, Eleanor.
That's right.
And that's because we have a very special guest that is going to be coming and living here at Shell Point for a year. Tell us who that is.
Well, her name is Janice Quinlan, and she has served in Thailand for many years. And we are very fortunate because she is willing to spend her year of home leave here with us. And we're looking forward to our getting more acquainted with her, but also to get her acquainted with all of you people as well.
We have typically called this kind of an arrangement missionary in residence, and now that we're calling our missionaries international workers, we're having to change that to international worker in residence. But it means that, as you said, she has spent her term on the field. She's coming home for a year, and she's going to spend that year here at Shell Point as our international worker in residence. So we've been doing some things to prepare for her coming, and we're excited about that.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Well, we have an apartment for her on the island, and the Women's Ministries ladies have agreed to supply kitchen things and appliances, small appliances, and that sort of thing to make her apartment comfortable.
Everybody can participate with this because we've done something a little bit unusual for us, and that is we've opened up a registry at Target.
That's right, yes. Are you going to explain how that works?
If you go online or go to the store, they can look for a Target list and look up Janice Quinlan and pull up a list of all the things that she is still in need of to make this home for her for the year. Things that we've registered for, and people can buy those items, and it will help make home.
Yes, yes. Another idea that came up on our missions committee was to purchase cards, gift cards. And we were thinking that Target would be a good place she could get food there or little things that she needs to add to what's already in her apartment.
And folks can bring those items to the church anytime over the course of the next few weeks. We would like to have them by July 21st so that we can have them in place in her apartment when she arrives August the 2nd. To help us get to know her just a little bit better, tell us a little bit about what she's done on the field in Thailand.
She has worked with the Isan people many years, and she also taught in the Northeast Bible Seminary in Khon Kaen in Thailand. However, more recently, she became the director of our mission work in Thailand. So we call her the field director.
We are excited about her coming and looking forward to that. And we invite you to welcome her. You can do that if you'd like to by participating with the Target registry or gift card. But more importantly, just be watching out for her when she arrives and let her know how welcome she is here at Shell Point. Thank you, Eleanor, for being with me today. And thank you as well. Have a wonderful day.
Well, folks, the time has come. It's the end of my 14 years here at Shell Point. As you can see from these photos, I started here when I was just 12 years old. When I came in 2000, they didn't have a TV show or a studio. They didn't even have the Woodlands. All of that came gradually. And on our first ever TV program on February 28th, 2005, I did an on-the-spot news report from the groundbreaking of Eagles Preserve.
Hi, I'm Jared Pike, and I'm standing here at the Shell Point Golf Club between the 16th hole and the 14th hole. Here in this spot, not too long ago, we just had a groundbreaking for Eagles Preserve at Shell Point. That is going to be the newest residential neighborhood of Shell Point Retirement Community with 110 independent living units. As you can see, they've been rather busy already this week moving the fill in, and with heavy equipment, they're raising this up to grade, and pretty soon they're going to start vertical construction in about 3 to 4 months. I asked some of the important people here, Dave Moreland and Peter Dice, I asked them what's unique about this neighborhood called Eagles Preserve.
The basic character of Eagles Preserve is quite different from what we have done in the past. For one thing, it is much more residential in character, and it's much more pedestrian in scale, and people have been attracted to lower profile buildings. Interestingly also, for the first time, we have been able to create private garages in the majority of the units. Not all of them, but the majority of the units have private garages. There's a bit of an enclave feeling here. The low-profile buildings with a road going between them, with a gentle curve at the beginning, it has a great feel to it. We think it's going to be a wonderful home for all of those people who have elected to choose this as their next home.
One of the things that we've enjoyed at Shell Point is an opportunity for people to live in an environment that they choose, and each community has a little different feel to it. Yet Shell Point is one community with multiple neighborhoods, and this neighborhood has the distinct advantage of being in the center of the golf course and provides the views and the opportunities of those who are interested in just seeing golf every day and the beauty of Florida.
Clearly everyone here is excited about the possibilities at Eagles Preserve at Shell Point. Let me share a little bit of the timetable with you. As you can see, here on the west side of the little canal in the Shell Point Golf Club, they've brought all the fill in, they've cleared the ground. Pretty soon they're going to bring in a temporary bridge so they can start on that side. And then after about 3 to 4 months of this prep work and putting stone columns in, they're going to start vertical construction of the buildings. There are 10 buildings, 3 to 4 floors each. And after that, it'll be about 18 months. And we'll have a new residential neighborhood here at Shell Point, Eagles Preserve, and you'll have lots of new neighbors. So from the future site of Eagles Preserve at Shell Point, I'm Jared Pike.
So in the decade or so since that first TV show, we've come a long way, and I've worn many different hats for Shell Point TV, figuratively and literally. Here's a montage of my appearances here on Shell Point TV.
Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike with Shell Point TV and your 100% guaranteed accurate forecast. Looks like it's going to be sunshine today, blue skies, a high of about 80 degrees. So get out there, enjoy a picnic, perhaps some tennis or some golf, because you're guaranteed to have clear skies today. Once again, this is Jared Pike with your 100% guaranteed accurate forecast. And remember, if it's on TV, it must be true.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above, just singing, singing in dancing in the rain. I'm happy again. Dancing and singing in the rain.
Folks, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the fun we're going to have on today's show. Actually, could we have a little music? It'll make this more interesting. Yeah, that'll work. days of television, cameras were really gigantic monstrosities, more mechanical than technological.
How many of you have been in love? How many of you have ever said you're sorry? Love means always having to say you're sorry.
I'm looking a bit scruffy to be a red carpet host. I think I need to change my look.
If you've ever wanted to give boating a try, now's the time. And with free boat dockage for life, Shell Point is the place.
We are on location in one of the newest attractions in Southwest Florida, Zoomer's Amusement Park. Have you ever searched the internet for the words skateboarding goat? Oh, you haven't. Well, if you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the audience participation portion of our show. Do you happen to have any experience in musical entertainment?
Montages like that are one of my favorite kinds of segments to produce because they bring together many different images, sounds, and feelings into one cohesive piece. For example, last year for our blooper show, we did a segment called The Clap, showing how at the beginning of every interview we clapped our hands to sync up the cameras because we couldn't afford a proper Hollywood-style clapper. Well, at a certain point, we stopped doing the clap, and instead, to test the microphones, we asked people to share with us some words of wisdom, sayings or witticisms that they had heard growing up, or that they had always recited in the course of their day-to-day lives. For example, my grandfather always told me that an hour in the morning is worth 2 in the afternoon. He was a dairy farmer, and he knew the value of getting up early. So the other lesson from this? It's not my wisdom that matters, but yours. It's not my stories that are important, but ours. And so to end today's show, I'm going to turn it over to you, because it's your wisdom that I've been privileged to share over the past 14 years.
We always ask people to give us a word of wisdom.
A word of wisdom?
Yes. Are there words of wisdom that kind of have been floating around your family for years and years?
My words of wisdom. Oh boy, I wasn't expecting that.
If you're asking me to come up with something, I guess,
all right, I can do that.
Well, my mother-in-law is saying, when you get lemons, you make lemonade.
My mother had one. Good, better, best, never let it rest, till the good is better and the better is best.
My father's favorite one, when we were going to have a serious conversation when I didn't do something right or whatever, he was going to have a come to Jesus meeting.
You probably had a few of those.
Oh!
My dad used to tell me whenever we'd come home with 100%, he'd say, I always got 110. The 10 was for neatness. So that's what I remember of Dad.
My mother always would say, good enough. My father would always say, did you do your best? That's all that was required of us, do your best.
My father had a couple of words of wisdom. I guess the biggest one would be all things in moderation, that anything can be taken to the extreme is bad. Even good things taken to the extreme are bad. So try to do moderation in all things, and I've tried to live by that.
Never say I hate anyone. You always say that person makes it very hard for me to like them.
I remember once asking my mother, when I was quite young, whether I was a good-looking person or not. Although I think the way I put it was, am I ugly? And she said, no, you're beautiful.
You can worry yourself
crazy about what's coming around the corner, but nobody really knows. So when you feel that way, just remember, don't look around corners, and that'll take some of that pressure away.
What I heard my mother say, you cannot outgive God.
My grandmother says, don't drink no whiskey, read the Bible. Is that the kind of wisdom you want?
A word of wisdom, life's short, eat dessert first. Does that work?
A lie well told is better than the truth wavering.
A little powder and paint makes a lady what she ain't.
My tip of the day, don't eat yellow snow.
Something that I learned a long time ago from my grandfather, who told me, never, ever, ever forget to always carry a garbage pail in your car, and if it always gets full, you can just throw it out the window. Does that work?
I'm like a young kid.
That's it.
Yeah. That's what I always say. I'm like a young kid. How you doing, Joe? I'm like a young kid. I got a big mouth. That's another thing I got.
Better late than never.
You know, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right.
If you get confused, listen to the music play.
Aim at heaven and you get earth thrown in. Aim at earth and you get neither.
I love that one. That's great. I like that.
Grow where you're planted.
So it's on my father's tombstone, in the garden, because that's where he spent all of his time.
If you wonder whether you should thank a driver when you cut in front of him or he lets you in or whatever, thank them all, even if you did it wrong, because maybe they will start doing it.
That's what we were meant to do. We were meant to be kind and pleasant and nice.
As a columnist, one of my core beliefs is that you get back what you put out. And but then I got to thinking in terms of everything in life. That is what happens. And it's not just a bromide or something to be nice. It's true. You get back what you put out.